Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today we're going to be revisiting a few fairy gardens that I've created with my kids over the years. Fairy gardens are very near and dear to my heart. I love making them, especially because my kids are usually involved with them. We made quite a few of them during lockdown, and it really just became a kind of tradition in our family to do that. So I wanted to show you some of my favorite ones. Now, I am not going to talk through this entire video. Really, this video is more just about enjoyment. Having three different fairy gardens all in the same video, it's quick and easy to watch and just really enjoyable. Now, this is my daughter's favorite part. I usually just let her do her own thing, and it's really kind of fun seeing how little she is in these videos, considering that she is entering her senior year in high school now, which is crazy to me. But she loves taking the time to lay out her little villages, her little fairy vibes, and putting all the details in. Her absolute favorite part. It's amazing to me to watch her imagination grow while she's doing this. All right, I'm showing this fairy garden done, but it's a few weeks later when the flowers have really started filling in, which is really fun, especially those violas that I grew from seed. I think they were called Leota, antique Leota violas. They were just so tiny and sweet and so super cute. They looked absolutely wonderful. And I think that Ivy really had a good time making this one, but enjoy checking out all of the details. Okay, this next one is a different setup because we're going to work directly into the garden bed. And I have a selection of plants focused on herbs in order to fill in that space. And this one was a really fun one that lasted multiple seasons. So we started this in the spring, and that's this particular one. And then that same bed will do the next fairy garden, we'll change it all over for a fall vibe. So it's really kind of cool to see how those plants changed over time and adjusted over time, which is really, really fun. But doing all the herbs was just kind of a different vibe because it gave me an opportunity to be able to use it for something other than a fairy garden because we could use it for culinary purposes. But let's get started. Now, whenever I'm building a fairy garden directly into a garden bed, I like to put down a layer of rocks because it keeps all of the little fairy accessories from floating away if we get any torrential rain or anything like that. So we're just putting it together, a layer of the rocks. And then when I would switch this out, I just scoop a bunch of those rocks up or just mix it into the soil. Truthfully, it was no big deal because these are so small. It was not a big issue. But you can see how it really creates this space by laying out the rocks. Now, Ivy's favorite part, of course, is all the accessorizing. She organized all of her fairy stuff like it's all controlled by her. So it's really fun to just watch her pick through everything, figure out what she wants to use. She always starts with the larger elements first and places them where she wants them, and then adds the smaller details. Now this is the exact same garden space. You can see the herbs have gotten taller as well as the zinnias and everything that we planted there. But this time I'm using what's called a boot tray. It has holes in it to allow water out, and I'm filling that with soil, and then I'm going to be tucking in all kinds of fall based plants in the space. And then I'm also going to be planting flowers around the edge of the tray as well to kind of camouflage the tray a little bit. I really liked using the tray because it made the garden sit up a little bit higher, which I thought was great. But I really wanted to make sure it had a really awesome fall vibe. Okay, when adding the fairy accessories, you'll see my youngest son, Donald, he'll be off to the left, pop in and out with some blue glasses on, and he and his sister put together this particular fairy garden, which was really fun to watch them do and watch them interact as they were creating it. These fairy gardens are just great for kids. It's a really great way to get your kids outside, get them, in the dirt, playing and having a great time. All right, you all, I hope you have enjoyed this video, seeing three of my favorite fairy gardens all together in one, all different vibes, but really fun way to just do a different approach to gardening. Keep it fun, keep it whimsical and enjoyable, especially to involve some kids as well. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.